Welcome to my channel. If it's your first time here, you are welcome. Please support this channel. Remember to subscribe at the end of this video, and if you are making a repeat visit, thank you for coming back. Today I'm going to be looking at the question I raised last time, a video I made last time concerning the issuance of transcript by Nigerian universities. There have been a lot of experiences which I'm going to share with us here. Two universities particularly, as international student recruitment consultant, I liaise or interact with a lot of students, and so I've had a series of experience, but I'm going to share two of them on this video. I have asked that question in my last video. Why does it take time for universities in Nigeria to issue you a transcript after graduation? And why do they always insist that they have to send the transcript to the university, or the another university where you intend to do further studies, or an employer who is requesting for it? Why they will always insist that they have to send directly to those organizations? As far as I am concerned, it is not secret, it is your result. So why are they hiding it from you? Why do they have to send it directly to those universities? And in the course of the month that has passed after I did the last video, I've had a series of experiences which I want to share with us here. One, there's a particular student who went to a university to get her transcript, and when she got to the university, in the process of getting her scores put together to actually issue the transcript, this student was asked to assist in going to the exams and record where the result sheets are dumped, to search for her own script. Surprisingly, when she went into the store where the result sheet are dumped, she was surprised. In the first place, the place was just unkept, and secondly, she found a snake in the store that she has to run out. And the question I asked myself, that in this age and generation, where virtually every of those universities in Nigeria have a computer department, what is the computer department? What are they teaching the student? What are they teaching the student if the computer department cannot even computerize the exams and record process in those universities? I had experience of being in the bank when electronic banking were being introduced into the bank. I remember there was an exercise that we carried out at that particular time, which we call data scrubbing. What you do at that particular time, that you get the file, the original document file of a customer that was used to open an account. You get all the details into the computer. Then you pick signature of that account is scanned. The picture of the customer is scanned into the system. As soon as that is done and the information are completely uploaded, you have everything on the system. That is why when people come to withdraw from the bank, you have to check their signature on the system. You have to check their image, their picture on the system. Unlike years before the 90s, when the electronic banking was introduced, where you have to go into file. I remember those days when we visit banks like a Union Bank, you have to stand there. Somebody have to go into their filing cabinet to go and search for your file. It picks it up. It takes it to the manager to authorize if you are withdrawing, and especially when you are withdrawing. And with this age of computer and most of these universities displaying computer department, I wonder why those computer department cannot automate the system in the university. Why can't a student just come to the university and say, I need my transcript, and all the university will request, apart from maybe some payment, administrative charges that the student have to pay? Why can't the university just ask for the student matriculation number, which is the number that specifically identified that student, and just impute it into the computer and get the transcript out. Why in this age of computer generation that a student will still visit a university to request for transcripts, and the student is asked to go into the exams and record store, where unfortunately you have every other student score in that same store, and you are asking the student to go in there to go and search for the result sheet. Why have we not automated them? Why are they not in the system? Why do we have to keep going into stores that are not even well kept and asking people to go and search for their transcript? I think the universities should begin to automate if they are not there yet, and a lot of them, because I interact with a lot of students who need their transcript. The universities are not living up to expectation, especially that the fact that they are all parading computer department. They are not living up to expectation. There was also another case where a student was issued a transcript. Yes, I understand that the tradition now is that universities don't issue transcript by hand to the student. They are issued directly to the university. And here, this particular university has issued a transcript to a student, and the content of that transcript addressed to the university in the UK reads that the student is not allowed to see this transcript, that they have sent it directly to the university. Meanwhile, the transcript was issued to the student. It was handed over to the student, and the student has to submit it to the university. If you know that, yes, the practice is for you to issue directly to the university, but for some reason you have issued this transcript directly to the student, why not change the content of your cover letter to read that for some reason you have issued this transcript directly to the student to hand over to the university? Because I just wonder how a university in the UK will look at the university in Nigeria that have issued a transcript with a cover letter that is saying this student is not supposed to have access to this transcript. We have issued it directly to you. I will read exactly the wording of that transcript to you. Okay, I'm going to read the content of the transcript issued to the student word for word, except that I'm not going to mention the university, and I'm not going to mention the name of the student or the department. It reads, official transcript of the name of the student. We have been requested by the above named graduate of the department to forward the enclosed official transcript of his academic record to assist you in processing his application. Please note that the document is sent to you in strict confidence and should therefore not be released to the individual named above for his personal use. Meanwhile, this transcript was issued to the student to hand over to the university, because the tradition or the current practice is that you have to issue directly to the organization requesting for it. If this is the content of your cover letter, and in this instance you have issued this directly to the student because it was needed urgently and the student could not wait for the university to send it directly to the university in the UK, and they have to hand it over to the student. If you know you are issuing it to the student, it was just proper that the content of your cover letter should change, because the university that have received this from a student and it was not sent directly to them, it was handed over to them by the student. I wonder how that university will view the Nigerian university that have issued a letter, an external letter correspondence with this kind content. It is really shameful. I don't want to mention the name of the university, but it is shameful. If this series of my videos on Nigerian university and academic transcript continue, I think it will get to a time when I will begin to mention and shame some of these universities that are still messing up students transcript request process. So I haven't heard the content of that transcript cover letter by the university. You will now see how these universities are messing up the system, how the universities are lagging behind compared to international universities that are moving forward. If universities in Nigeria at this time are not computerizing their exams and record, I wonder how those universities, I wonder the research that those universities are going into, how valid the research that each year they are churning out, how valid those research are. Yes, I know that yes, there are some universities in Nigeria that may be doing well in terms of automation, but I can bet you that many of them are doing nothing or are doing far below expectation in terms of automation of their system. And it is something that we really need to bring the government up to speed. And if you are watching this video and you know those who are in authority, like the Ministry of Education, the state ministries of education, the federal ministry of education, people who are in authority to take this decision to make sure that universities computerize, they automate their exams and record, that when students need anything years after they have graduated, you don't need to ask the student to go into the case of the student which I mentioned. The student have graduated 10 years after she went there for a transcript, and she was asked to go into the exams and record to go and search for a script 10 years after, where you have every other student. Of course, you will trust the student that her interest will just be her own script. Whether the other scripts are being messed up, it may not be of concern to her because she's searching for her script. It's also funny that I expect that Nigeria universities going forward will make sure that the exams and record, particularly processes, are automated, that people are easily issued those documents when they come asking for them. And follow up to the question I asked in my first video concerning a transcript, I have still not seen any cogent reason why, except that the comments I have received so far, none of them is coming from university authority. I have still not seen reason why we have maintained those colonial practice of sending a transcript directly to organization when they are requested for. Yes, when they are requested for, you can send to them, but my worry here is that the university does not even make any copy available to the student who has graduated. And by the student one-to-one, by the time the student comes requesting for one, they tell the student that they can only issue directly to the organization or the university that has requested for the transcript. Whereas I, the student, I don't even have a copy for myself. It is not a good practice. Thank you. I'll bring the video to an end here today. Next time, we may have part 3 of this topic, transcript and Nigeria universities. Thank you for watching. If it's your first time here, please remember to subscribe to this channel to support this channel. See you next time. Bye-bye.